Hi, I'm Bonnie Lynn Linky, and welcome. Today's Tuesday, and whoops, I forgot to get the lines off of my camera, so I apologize about that. And so there, that's much better. All right, welcome to my live today. I am going to go over my free card class kit to go, and it's good through May 31st when you place an order with me for $50 or more in my online store using my online Mayhost code, which, let me see, I don't know if I can get that. So no, it doesn't show up there yet. So I will show that to you in a minute. So we're going to get started on that. But before we do, I want to remind you that May 31st is the last day to sign up for the demonstrator special that's going on, to sign up to be a demonstrator. You don't have to sell and do videos and send out emails and everything. If you don't want to, you can. I would love to see you be active and do some teaching if that's what you like doing and what have you. But you can do it as a hobbyist demonstrator, which means, you're buying for yourself and maybe you're selling to one or two friends also who you craft with, to help you meet your quarterly minimum. And this sign up special is $99. That includes free shipping. And for that $99, you get to pick $125 of any merchandise you want out of the annual catalog or online merchandise. And you don't go over 125. You want to get as close to 125 without going over. Plus, you also get the in color kit, which is exciting. You get all 5 of the in color stamp sets. You get the Stamp 'em Right markers that come with them. You also get the 24, 26 in color designer series paper, and you receive a pack of 8.5 by 11 cardstock that has, I believe it's 4 sheets of each color of the in color cardstock in it. So exciting. That's over an $80 value. So for, $99, you're getting what, over 105, over $205 of merchandise. Plus you're getting some catalogs and what have you. And the minimum quarterly amount is $300. And you don't have to meet that this quarter, though. You start the third quarter, which is July through September. And as I said, you get free shipping on this order. On your future orders, you'll get at least 20% off. If you build up a business, you do grow into another level. And there are other bonuses and everything. And also, you get a free paper pumpkin kit with your when you sign up too. You get one free kit. So exciting. And I would love to have you join my team, the Starlight Crafters, and I will support you in any way that I can. It will be exciting. So, all right. So let me switch this to my desktop. There we go. And there is the May host code. Actually, this is a brand new host code. I just changed it late last night. And this will be into effect into June. So it is a good host code. Okay, to get started, we're using the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set for this series of cards. And we're going to start with this one right here. It's a creative cut. And so let me get out my stamping trimmer. And I'm going to push that up a little bit, let you see the numbers of the letters and numbers. And it's also on my webpage at bonniestamps.com. And I may be covering it a little bit while I do this part of the class. So when you get the free kits class, the free card class kits to go, they come in an envelope. And I have all the supplies in each one for you. And it is 4 cards. Okay, this first one, it's a basic white thick card base. It's 7 3/8 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then the next thing we want to do, we want to measure it at 2 3/4. That's halfway in between 0 and 5.5. And we want to do this on the short front side. And we're just going to make a little mark right at the middle. Okay, and then we want to place it in our trimmer. And I like placing it right on the one edge. because that is where we want it at. And I will mark it where my blade cuts. I just mark it right there, and I mark it right there. Okay, and then we have a piece of pretty peacock cardstock that we're going to do the exact same thing with. We are going to measure it 2 3/4. And then again at the 1 inch. And this piece of cardstock is 3 3/8 by 5 1/2. Okay. And then what we do, I need to stand up for this. We want to put this little mark that's in the middle right here, and this mark that's over here, we want to put it in the cutting track. So that one goes there, and that one goes there, and just slide it around until you get it where you want it, and then just cut it at an angle like that. And now repeat that for this other side over here. We want that there, and we want that there. Okay, hold it firmly. And there we go. Okay, now we want to do the same thing. We want to put this mark and this mark in the track, and then we'll put this mark and this mark in the track because we want to cut it at the same angles. And again, that was 2 3/4 on the middle of the 5 1/2 inch side, and it was at the 1 inch on the long side. Okay, and that one I was off a little bit, so I'm going to go back and recut it just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. And now I'll do it over on this side. All right. Get the scraps out of the way. And we're done with the trimmer for right now. But when your kits come to you, the designer series paper for this one, I've left them in the 6x6 sheets that I gave you. In case you decide, and there's 3 of them, I believe, in case you decide that you want to set them up, use them on another card. I didn't on, maybe you don't like the one that I put with that particular card and you think it would look prettier on another one, or else the way you cut it, maybe, well, I don't know which way you'd want to cut. Do you want to start on this side or this other side? So I give you the card measurements and everything in the tutorial. It's not difficult. I just wanted you to be able to cut it so you had the prettiest part that you thought was the prettiest. Because the eyes are, the beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And what I think is pretty, somebody else may not. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to fold it and burnish it with our bone folder. And this piece that we cut of the pretty peacock, we are going to take it and see how that fits in there. We're just going to put glue on the inside right here. And I forgot to make sure, I made sure there was glue in here, but I forgot to make sure it was coming out okay. You think I would learn by now, because it does, because I leave them upside down and it does get hard down at the end there. There we go. Let's see how that looks now. Yes. Okay. So we put some glue there, and now we're just going to lay this down, just like so. Press it down. We want to make sure it's, down. You press it down all the way towards the fold. There we go. Okay, and now I have my designer series paper, which I've already cut mine. And this one I cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Actually, I cut it at 4 3/16. And the reason why is because of how it fits in here, it takes up about a 1/16 of an inch off of the width. So by doing that, it just comes better. So now we're going to take and we're going to put, and you have to decide which side you want facing out. I want that one facing out, but you know, you could always just have it go like that too if you want it to. It just depends what kind of lick you're looking for. So we're going to put glue on the back side of the Pretty Peacock. We're covering it all up except for that piece, that little bit that sneaks out. And there we go. And you know, and before we put all this paper on, you know what we were supposed to do? You got it. We were supposed to stamp it, and I forgot. So, read the directions. Don't go by what I just did. Okay, and I got a little bit of glue on there. So, I got glue all over my fingers. I am the worst person with glue. So this is just a eraser I have, and it's pretty good about taking glue off. So, and I know it looks like I made it worse right there, but if I keep erasing it, it does come off. Okay. You know, if I wasn't doing this live right now, it would work perfectly. Okay, there we go. But you get the hint. Okay, so now we got to go back and do our stamping. So my Thoughtful Wishes stamp set is, it got feet and it walked away. It's behind my computer here. I have a laptop on my workstation here because that's how I keep things going. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this one right here. And see all my little pieces I have, I cut, have left over. I just put them in a little Ziploc bag, and I want a larger block. I'm going to use this block here. And I want Pretty Peacock. And I'm just going to take it. That's sticking. I'm just going to stamp it like so. And I'm going to come and do it a second time without re-inking it, just a stamp off, just like that. Now, if you want to, and I did it on a different card I made, I took this stamp right here. Let me pull it off to show you. And I also stamped it right there, but I decided that was too clutter looking for me. So I'm not going to suggest it, but you can. Okay, let me see. All right. So, and I think if I had the card in front of me, it would help. Okay, and the next thing you want to do is you want to add your little purple flower. And I'm just going to put a couple little drops of glue on it. Just like so. So this is Petunia Pop, one of the in colors. I just love the in colors this year. I think they're so pretty. I'm trying to wonder how they're going to fit into Christmas though. how I'm going to use them for Christmas. Maybe the Shy Shamrock would make a good green for Christmas, but I don't know. Peach may go into fall good. And I'm just going to put this on here like so. And then I give you 2 pieces of paper here to stamp your greeting on. And we're going to do thanks. So let me grab that. And I'm also going to do that in the Pretty Peacock. So let me grab that. Because if you're anything like me, you don't always get it right the first time. Where's my card? Oh, there's my card. Okay, and stamp that. Oh, there. I got it right the first time. Hallelujah. I'm not a singer, so excuse me. Hi, Deborah. Thank you. I'm glad you love this design. I do too. I think it's a lot of fun, and it goes with so many cards. It's just, and I love the Thoughtful Wishes Designer Series paper. It is just really cool. Okay, now when I go to put this on, what I want to do is I want the edge to have the same angle that I have right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it and I'm going to hold it about right there, put the angle on it, and then move it back this way. And that's how I got an angle that matched up pretty good. So we'll take it, and I'm not having any luck with the glue staying neat with it. So I keep going off camera. I apologize I forgot to set it up where I have my camera coming down lower. We may have to switch that. So we're just going to take this, and actually I want it to use dimensionals, so I'll add a couple of dimensionals on there. Right over here. Excuse my arm being in the way. Kind of I'm a messy stamper. Okay, and I'm just going to have that go right down. I think I want it lower because I want my ribbon. And then I normally don't, if it's out of linen thread, I normally don't give it to you because everybody has linen thread. But on this one, I decided to do it. And I have 2 bows here. And what it is, I took about 10 inches of linen thread, I doubled it and tied a bow. This one here is made out of the, what do you call this ribbon? It's out of the one that goes with the latte. It's the natural jute. It's the polka dot trim, 3/8 inch. And what I did is I tore it apart and the strings, and I had this left over. So I think I'm going to go with this one just because. And I'm just going to take a glue dot and put that on. I'm just going to put it right up there. There we go. All right, and then embellishments. On this one, I have the resin dots. I'm all out of the resin dots in the Petunia Pop, but I do still have a couple of these shimmer ones. So I'm just going to take a couple and put them up here. All right. And then you have this, by you cutting it yourself, you get all the extra paper. So you have this extra piece, and you could cut it down to 5.5. You could put it on here if you wanted to. You could actually take it and put it here. or use it on a different project altogether. So I do give you the whole 6x6 sheets, even though you don't need them for each project. That way you have them to use for something else. So that's the one I just made. And this was a sample. Two different, both the Thoughtful Wishes Designer Series paper, but two different designs. And I like them both. So that's one of the cards. So let's get this cleaned up. And I'm going to get an alcohol wipe because that is sticky. I made a mess with that glue. And alcohol wipes are great for getting glue off. As you can see, it's coming right off. All right. And it will take it off my fingers too, which is even better. Okay. So on to the next card. The next card is going to be this one right here. Can you see it? Okay. So let me get my dimensions up here so I can give you the right dimensions. And we'll set this back over here. And we'll set that stamp sit there for a minute. That's one that we're going to be using on this next card. Okay. So this one is hello. So let me see. Where is the packet for this one? Okay. For this one, though, the one I'm doing today, I went with a different color. So there's no telling what color will be in your kit. These are the pieces that will come in with your kit. And I said the envelope. And let me see. I need to move this down here some. Let me see if I can do this without messing it up. There we go. I know you can't see the host code, but it is in the remarks. And it's also on my webpage, bonniestamps.com. And remember, use the host code to get this free kit to go class sent to you the beginning of June. Okay, so this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of, it would be Petal Pink on this card, but this one is Misty Moonlight. And it is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And our Designer Series paper is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And we're just going to attach that right there. So I'm going to grab my seal. And I like getting it on all 4 sides. I'm not going to use glue for this part because I got to use glue to get this on. So, and I forgot to grab a sponge, so I'm going to have to step out and get a sponge real quick. I could have probably done adhesive sheets on the back, but I didn't think of that at the time. So, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to pop this up with our dimensionals that were just here. And they're still here. So if you're out there listening, if you want to say hi, I would love that. And I thank you for being with me today. And I hope that you will join us every Tuesday. I've changed my time from Mondays to Tuesdays, and also from evenings to morning. In some places I know it's lunchtime already, but I started at 11:30 Mountain Central Time. I live in Napa, Idaho. And this just kind of worked better for my husband and I. Tuesdays is one day that I try to keep pretty quiet. And so this is perfect for me to do it on Tuesdays. My husband it's at the end of his chemo week. So he's really tired with low energy. And tomorrow he has chemo. So it just works really good this way. And in the evenings, that's our dedicated time together. So that's why moving it to a different time of day worked better. Okay, and we're just going to pop that up right there. And I forgot to put my ribbon on. But that's okay. We can do it. May not be right in the middle because of where the dimensionals are, but so before you put the dimensionals on, you should put your ribbon on. And I'm just trying to get that one off a little bit so I can get my ribbon in there. Okay. So we're just gonna do this. I just got ahead of myself on both of these last two cards, forgetting to do the ribbon and the stamping. Now, what we could have done is I could have just glued the ends, taped the ends to the end of the underside there, and then cut it and tied it that way. And you actually use less ribbon that way, but I kind of like this way, so it worked no problem. Okay, and then we want to put this on right here. And let me see if I can slide this. Whoops. Yeah, I don't think I can. Okay, that's all right. Let me retie it, moving it further down this way. My bow was too much towards the middle. So here we go. And that piece kind of, that's a little bit tight there. When I tried moving it, it just kind of, okay. Yes, you won't have these problems if you put your ribbon on before you put your dimensionals on and put it to the card front. Oh. I guess I get a little bit nervous when I'm doing a live, and that's what happens. Okay. And we'll just cover that up so you won't see that little dent. Okay. And now we want to make sure all our little spaces are out. My husband does almost all my die cutting for me. So I really appreciate that. And you want to attach this right here over the ribbon. And I'm going to show you a way of doing that. So let me step out for just one moment, please. All right, I'm back. I wanted this sponge because it's my glue sponge. And I put a little bit of glue on my silicone mat. And I'm sure you guys have probably done this yourselves, maybe. But the adhesive sheets would probably be a whole lot easier. And you just sponge the glue onto the back side there. And try to hold it still so that you don't get glue on the front. And then you just place it right where you want it. There we go. Perfect. All right. And then when I'm done, I'll put my glue in hot water to soak. Okay. And then I want to fix this ribbon. Cut it off right there. And we want to stamp the greeting. I think I'm going to stamp, do we want Mossy Meadow or do we want Misty Moonlight for our greeting? I think I'm going to do the Misty Moonlight. So for this greeting, I'm using Simply Said. This is a wonderful stamp set. I really like it. I use it all the time, and I like all of the different sayings on it. So highly recommend the Simply Said stamp set. Okay, and I need another block. Now this is a photopolymer stamp, so we should have our Stampin' Pierce mat to stamp on. Make sure I got the right side. And I do give you a couple of these little squares with your kit in case you make a mistake on the first one so that you can have a second one. Unless it's a real delicate die that is stamped, I die cut everything out. Our Terry die cuts it out. I got to give him the credit where credit's due. And let's see, we're going to still need that ink, so I'm going to leave it and clean this off. And beans for stamping, we're going to go ahead and stamp again. And we're going to do, let's celebrate. And you could use this for almost anything, any kind of card. I'm thinking of maybe using this for a graduation card. For my great nephew, and I'll just write in there congratulating him. I had one great nephew, same family. One graduated from Boston University. He is serving in the Army's guards, and he graduated with a degree in accounting. He wants to be he's going to go to law school and become specialize in the accounting field. So let me see. Let's get my ink here. This is the paper that goes on the inside. This is left over from the paper you had cut earlier. And I could make it smaller if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to stamp "Let's Celebrate" right there. All right. And then my other great nephew, he graduated from high school and he's going off to college. He wants to be a teacher. So exciting times. 3 of his siblings, he has 3 siblings. 3 of the 4 are serving of some type in the Army, either National Guards. Well, 2 of them are, one's Army Reserve, one's National Guard, and the other one is full-time in the Army. So busy. Okay, and this one you want it to cut down to 5 1/4. So we're going to get my trimmer and we're going to cut on the opposite edge where I just stamped. So it's 5 1/4. There we go. And the width of that is what was left over. So it's 2.5 inches. Okay, so our hello that we stamped, we are going to take that and we're going to put that right here. And believe it or not, I just got my cards confused on the inside. So let's see if I can. Because this one was supposed to be a different inside. So, like I said, today I'm just making one mistake after another. That's not a good thing. We're going to take a couple dimensional. So I think I should have read the directions again before I started or looked at the inside again. So we're just going to pop that up right there on dimensionals. And then we are going to use trying to think. Do we want this one with this card? I'm going to use this on a different card. It actually goes with the next one we're making on the inside right there. So we will do that on the next card. For this one, let's do our embellishments first. Let's see, I just grabbed some embellishments. This one here is the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. No, I don't want that one. This one has lemon lime twist. Okay. This one has some cool colors on it. So let's just do, I thought the lemon lime twists with the colors in this paper would look nice. We'll put one there. We'll put one here. And we'll put another one up over here. There we go. And when you mail these, I like to take a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of cardstock and put it over top so that the embellishments are more flattened. And also, in case you didn't see that, I cut off the side of my package, and that way I can just slide it in and out without having to deal with the stickiness back there. So for this one, because this is supposed to go in the middle, and it is supposed to say, if I do it my way, hello, thinking of you fondly. So because I don't have another piece of paper ready to grab, let me see. So why can't I grab the one from the other card kit? It doesn't come up as high. So I could do that, but I think I'll just wait and finish this later. But the idea was to put, matter of fact, we'll do it this way. Yeah, I can put this one. I don't have to have that piece right there. I can do this one. So this will work. So let me, because I don't want to waste the paper. So we're going to take it and go like so. And we're going to put this right down here like this and try to get it even. I'll just put it up a little bit higher. Okay. So there we go. Now I'm going to take this and we're going to do thinking of you fondly. Yeah. Thinking of you fondly, which is right here. And we are going to stamp this in, let's stamp it in the Misty Moonlight. So grab another block. Whoops, I almost stuck my hand in there. And we're just going to ink this up and stamp it right on here. There we go. And I did not pop that up on dimensionals because it's on the inside and we don't want the inside that thick. So just cleaning the ink off of the stamp before I put my hand in it. So we're just going to take a little bit of seal. I'm going to take this and just put it in here just like so. And there's still room to write a note, and you can always write on the back or the top too. So there we go. So there it is, done in the Misty Moonlights, and this one's in the Petal Pink. There's no telling what color you'll get, but it will match one way or the other with either the Petal Pink or the white ribbon. So, okay, so that's card number 2 down. Now the third card is this one right here. And so we already stamped the inside of it oh no, I didn't because I put that in the other one. See what we're going to do. This is a leftover piece I had because when I cut my paper for this one this time, because it's a different piece of paper, and this is what you get in your kit. When I cut this is embossed. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. It's embossed with the exposed brick embossing folder. And then I cut it with the corner dies, the second largest one. And I went ahead and put this in your envelope for you to use however you want to. You can use it on a different project if you want to, just whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and we're going to go on and match up our corners and then go ahead and fold our card base and furnish it with your bone folder. There we go. And this piece of paper is going to go down here like so. But before we do that, we need to stamp the happy birthday on it. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to decide where I'm going to stamp. And I think I'm going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow, but I'm going to stamp it up here in the sky because I don't think it's going to show real good down here. So we're going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow up in the sky. So let me grab my happy birthday. And lay this down flat. Put that on there like so. Get my pad here, because photopolymer, you need cushion under it when you stamp it. And all I want to do is make sure I'm stamping in the right spot. That's why I'm kind of leaving this on like so. And tap, tap, tap. And stamp it right there. You want to hold photopolymer for about 5 seconds so it gives the ink a chance to absorb on the paper. Okay, and beans for stamping, because where did this other piece go? This is going to go on the inside, and we will take, doesn't really matter which side, we'll take this one, and we're going to go back and stamp it with the Let's Celebrate. So let me clean this off so I can take this off the block. All right. So here's our Let's Celebrate. And we're just going to stamp it up here in this corner. All right, there we go. So yes, you do get paper to do your inside with these, with a couple of these cards. I normally don't do that, but just the way that it worked out on this one is why you get it. Okay, so I'm taking Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to go ahead and go around my edges. I like to make sure my edges stick down. I used to use tear and tape because I could get that to closer to the edges. But you know, when you get older and you have arthritis, tear and tape can be hard to use. Okay, and I want to make sure that I get it centered on here. There we go. And this designer series paper was, I believe, let me see, let me grab the right one. It was 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And my Misty Moonlight, as I said, was 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. And then I just, I think I actually went ahead and glued this one on. So I'm going to get some glue and try to keep it off my fingers as I do it. Now, because we have 2 edges on an opening, I need to put glue on so that it gets both edges down. In case you're wondering why I'm putting glue all over. I normally like to just put it against the edge, but where we have another opening in the middle, we got to make sure it stays down. Okay. And then we're going to take this and just center it over the top. Okay, and this was card number 4. We started with card number 2 and we went to card number 4. And let's see, we want to do this one on the inside. And the reason why we didn't start with card 1 is today I have limited time. I think I may have enough time to show you a couple things on it. But there is a complete video in the directions that will be sent to you on how to do it, because I had made it earlier, and so I did that. Now this pack here is not the one I want. I want this one. This is the 3 Gems Tinsel 3-pack, and this is, what blue is this? This is Misty Moonlight, this blue. So I'm just going to go ahead and, this is fresh freesia, these dots. Let's see. Ooh, those are pretty too. So I'll use a couple of those also. Oh, I like those with this paper. Yeah. I think I like those better than I do the blue. So I think I'll put another one on. All right, that's pretty. All right, so here we go. That is card number 3. And so let's go on and let me see what time it is. I have a hair appointment, and I didn't think my hair appointment, I thought my hair appointment was last week, and that's why I waited till this week to start my video on Tuesdays. But when I texted her to find out exactly what time my appointment was at, she told me, well, it's the following Tuesday. And so I said, oh, great. And I had already committed to changing today. So that's why I knew I had a video on this and that it would work for you. So that's why we did it this way. But I just want to show you. This is the card right here. Some people call it a quilt piecing card. You can call it a strip piecing, but it is kind of like a quilt piecing card. So your card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So we'll go ahead and fold that and get it out of the way. Then what we have here is a piece of Petunia Pop cardstock. This piece, the only way to get these directions is to place, of all 4 of these cards, is to place an order with me for $50 or more in my online shop. And then you get this free card class kit to go. Okay, this piece is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. These strips here are all 3/4 by 5 inches. And I have them, some in Petunia Pop, some in Peach Pie that have been embossed with the So Swirly embossing folder, and then some more of the cardstock. So, or the designer series paper. So I kind of want to lay out what I'm doing. So I want a piece that is going to cover this corner right like so. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put my embossed piece. Now I am going to leave a space in between each piece, and all I'm doing is laying it out to figure out how I want to do it. Let's see. I think I will take this piece next. All right. Now, these 3 pieces go all the way down. I'm going to bring in a purple next, Petunia Pop, and I'm going to place it so it only comes part way. And we'll do another piece of designer series paper. No, I don't want that one. I'll do this one. Let me see. It's only 1 piece, okay. And that one's going to go right there. Remember, only part way. And then a peach pie that goes part way. And I have to decide how far down I want it to go. And I just messed that up, but that's okay. See, because this is not my final layout. I'm just laying it out to figure it out. Okay, and then I'm going to have a little piece of this. Let me see. See, that is going to take that right there. So I'm just going to cut that right there to go right up there. And then this, I'm going to bring in to just go right there. And then I'm going to do another Petunia Pop one. And they kind of make it up all the way to there. So, and then this is going to go here. And I'll do another orange. And then there will be more designer series paper. And then let me see. So I want this. The reason why I wanted to see that is I want this to come down so that it's like this. Okay. And this is about where I want this line to come down to. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to make a mark. Let me lift that up. Right about to where I want my line. I want the paper to come just past that to cover it, and everything should fit really good. So, okay, I'm going to just move those that way, this way. All right. So let's start. Let's start with this piece right here. You can use tape. You can use glue. You can do what you want to. Now, if you use glue, I recommend that you have, let's see, that's already has glue on it. Let me see if I have another silicone mat. I do, right here. I'm going to put my silicone mat right here. If you don't have a silicone mat, use wax paper. I'm going to put that one down. That way it just doesn't stick to your work surface. And next is my peach pie. So, and I'm going to leave a little bit. Make sure you get it all the way up at the top there. A little bit of a space in between them. There we go. Then I have my designer series paper. Okay. So put glue on the back. Now you can use seal if you want to. Just it's probably cleaner. As long as you're working on a mat, you'll be able to cut it off and everything. So, okay. Oops, that's not quite up far enough. There we go. Okay. So now then we start right here. Let's see, and we're going to need almost the whole piece of this paper. But you can make any type of pattern that you want to. Let's see, and we want to cover up that little line. And being we got this one on, we know where they're supposed to end at. We just make it even with that. Now we get another piece of designer series paper. And this is how you build it. It's really, I'm a quilter, so that's why I really enjoy this pattern. But, you know, you can do whatever you want to. Make your design how you want to. You don't have to do it the way I am in rows of threes or anything. You can find what works best for you and go for it. Let your imagination and your creativity run wild. Now this one I heat embossed by saying on. As you look at that, it's the Dearest Friend from the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set. I do give you the die cut in the purple. If you don't want to heat emboss, Blackberry Bliss looks really good on it because when I did this at an in-person class, most people wanted to just do, didn't want to do the heat embossing. So, which is really quite unusual for my classes. And so, yeah. Now I think we're going to take this piece and put it right there. Now I want to start at this edge so that I'm lined up there. And then whatever is left there, we'll fill that in. So, and I put a little bit too much glue on there. Okay, now I'm going to need to move this up so that okay. Okay, and then I want a purple one right there. It's not going to take too much. The worst part about this for me is working with glue. Okay, and you see we got a little space there. After I trim one of these off, I'll just stick a little piece right in there. And then we want to come down here and let's see, we want to build this up, but I think I want, no, I don't want this because I have that right there. So let me think. I think I will cut it at the top here because I don't want the blue so much. So I'm just going to cut that right there. And then leave my space in between all the different angles of paper I'm working with. Did a little bit too much glue on that piece. Okay. And let's see what comes next. Let's do this. Now, if I would have had a solid, more purple like that, one of the back pieces that was purple instead of this color, and I could have done this color, but I had already done one over there, so that's why I didn't go with that piece. So it's just whatever makes sense to you when you're putting it together, whatever catches your eye. And that goes right there. And then I think I'll use this piece to just fit over that edge there. And it catches that corner. Now I want to keep it really doesn't matter. This all gets trimmed off. Okay, now I need a little piece for right there. And, you know, this little corner right here will work perfectly. Just like so. Okay, and then after it dries good, I trim everything off. And let me see, I'm going to get a different pair of scissors just because the glue is still wet. And this pair of scissors works better on adhesives. So I'm just going to try and get in here. Let me see. And you just want to cut off all the ends. Now, if you let it dry completely, you can put it on your trimmer and cut it. That way you're getting it straight. And if you find that after you cut them off with a scissor, it's not real straight, take it to your trimmer and trim it up. I keep cutting my layer there and I don't mean to. But see what I mean by letting it dry first? It's really messy. And I'm trying to cut it so it's even, but I'm not doing a really good job of it. Okay, we're on our last side. But it's a beautiful card, and it works so great with these colors and these papers. And I know it would work with other papers too. And it's a great way to use up scraps. Okay. So we'll get rid of this out of my way. There we go. I got glue all over my fingers now. Okay. You would glue this or tape it to this, but my bottom edge is really not as straight as I would like it. So I'm just going to take, there's a couple of these that aren't as straight as I would like them. So I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to cut off a small amount. Let's see if it cuts the end of that still. Yep. Oh, I like that. It looks so much better. And I think these other two edges are actually okay. So I'm not going to worry about those. And then I just take it and it's going to go on this piece of cardstock right here. And I got a rough edge here. So I'm just going to take this. I usually have a piece of sanding. I just had problems cutting the other night on my kit. And then I changed my blade and miracles and miracles. It worked real good. Okay, so we're going to just take this, put some seal on it. But if you get glue on your hands, hand sanitizer and alcohol wipes work really good for getting it off. Okay, so we're just going to lay this on here so it's even. There we go. And then you're going to pop it up on dimensionals. And let me see, where's the rest of the stuff in my packet? Okay. So I give you one of these, and I also give you one in white too. In case you don't want to stamp on the purple, you will get one of the white. And this is a stylish shape stamp set. But then what I do is I take and you have 3 cutouts. And where's my glue dots? And I just take and I put a couple glue dots. I'll put one right there. I'm going to put another one right here. And so, but in the remarks, there will be a shopping link. And for those of you who are catching this not live, thank you for watching the replay. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy these cards. And I've given you all the dimensions as I was making it, but there is no written tutorial unless you buy to receive the free card class to go. I'm just going to put that one right up there. And then I have this one right here. I want that side up, so that one goes down like that. Get a couple more glue dots, one right here and one right there. And I'm going to just put that one like so. I got my greeting right here that I heat embossed earlier. And we're going to take a, whoops. Let's see, we want that to stick down. Oh. The glue dot didn't go on to this piece when I put it on. So when I went like so with my fingers, it came off. Okay, so I'm going to take this. And I'm just going to put this on right about there. We're going to take some dimensionals and pop this up. Another thing I like to use are the foam sheets that you can cut up and use those when I'm putting on bigger pieces. I cut them like in 1-inch squares, and they're really nice for attaching this to a card front. I like to put enough on so that it's going to not smash completely down when it's milled. And we'll just take these all off. Like my little trash can. You can get that online at Amazon, and at the dollar store, they have some like, be like our pretty in pink color almost, and maybe a little bit darker, maybe more like melon and mambo. And then they have like a lemon lime green one there too. It's funny, I was at Walmart the other day, walking through the kids section, and the shirts were 4 of our in colors. It was really funny. Summer Sky, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Peach. I mean, Pretty in Pink and Peach Pie. I thought that was funny. Okay, and then this is the adhesive back pearl trios. So I'm just going to grab me some of these real quick. So we did get this card done. I didn't think I would have time. I'm just going to skip going shopping for a new microwave, which I'm not disappointed about. My microwave is being very temperamental. It doesn't run half the time. So when I can't get it to run, I'll tell my husband, and he'll come in, and it will start for him. 99% of the time it starts for him. So who knows what's wrong. And you know what it costs to have a service person come out and fix it. It's easier to get it fixed. So, okay. The cards I made today that are your free card class to go kits. Let's see. And I made this one right here. And I made this one right here. Let's put these this way. All right. And so there was insides for this one right here. And one for this one too. And it was the reason why this wasn't bigger is because the way I cut it, I took some off the top and the bottom. And that's why it was about a 1/2 inch less than it should have been. So there we go. Those are the free card class kits to go. I hope you enjoyed them and enjoyed this class. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I will see you next Tuesday with a Seaside Wishes card. It's already made and ready to go to show you. I'm excited about that. And I have news about the new monthly card class I'm doing for those that you can purchase. So I will see you then, and thank you much. Have a blessed week, and I wish you nothing but happiness and peace. Thank you. Bye.